Numbers, numerology, names which can cause an impact on the mind, positive or negative, is in true sense numerology. Is in true sense numerology. That is Vidya numerology. Now, if you know in old ancient Devanagari, how you write 5 or 6, they are pointing towards their right. How you write 2, it's pointing towards the left. You write 2, right? The upper point of the 2 is pointing the left side. 3 is pointing the right side. Now you are deciding a price list for yourself or a menu for your restaurant or a price for your online course. If the number before 2 is higher than 2, if you say 923 rupees or 921 rupees, people will find your price to be higher because human mind tends to see where the arrow is pointing. The arrow of 2 is pointing towards the left side. In the same way, if your amount after 3 or 5 or 6 is higher than 3, 5, or 6, your clients will find your price as higher and will not choose your product. For example, if you are saying 936 rupees or 956 rupees or 959 rupees or 969 rupees, their sight will be on the 9. The 9 which is mentioned after the 3, 6, or 9. If you know these tactics, you will know that numerology is an art to understand the mind, to control the mind, to influence the mind of yours and others. For example, if I say Iqbalji or Neeluji, you can check your breath, you have started breathing faster. But if you have a pet name like Bobbyji, that might be his pet name. If I call out his pet name, he's not going to breathe faster. This is the science of numerology of Vidya. There's nothing called magic. I've not done any magic to make Neeluji or Iqbalji breathe faster. You can comment on the group. I've not done any magic that Bobbyji will be breathing in normal breath. But this kind of tricks, this kind of things which influence your mind, if you know them, life will become easy for you. And people will believe that you are magical or you are doing some magic. Recently, I had gone to Nasik, to Shaptashringi and the mountains near that. I was gone with my Guru Bhai and his disciples. My Guru, my co-student who was with my Guru and his disciples. We meant to be there to do some practices and to buy some herbs because that person was suffering from some kind of issues, herpes and all that, and he wanted some medical herbs. And we met the tribals over there. The tribals had smartphones, but when they saw my fold phone, they thought that I have put two phones in one cover, which is a double cover. I told them, no, this is one phone, which is a fold. And they said, you are a magician. You are an amazing magician. How did you join two folds together? They had herbs. One child was not speaking. This tribal pushed the nose, hold the nose tight of this child and pushed in few herbs and forced him to swallow those herbs. The child was crying, crying, crying. I said, let him go. What are you doing? But he said, wait. After the child consumed those herbs, he started speaking after crying. In fact, the first things he said was he was abusing the tribal to force the herbs in his mouth. But he started speaking by abuses, not by calling mummy, papa, but he started by abusing. I said, you people are magicians. They said, this is simple science. I told them, this phone is simple science. In the same way, everything that you think is God or spirituality or magic in numerology is simple science which affects your mind. Is simple science which can hypnotize your mind as well as the other person's mind in your favor. And this is the moral, and this is the juice, and this is the complete conclusion of what is Vidya numerology. For example, if you don't mind, Neeluji, can I tell you one thing which I had already said in three, four, five summits before?
Yes.
5 summits before, we had a testimonial of one of my disciples from Kolkata. Her name was Namrata Berry, if you people remember, if Neeluji remembers. From 2018-19, her work was going down the drain. She is the owner of a restaurant, and then came COVID. And COVID, her work was totally shut down. She had all the time in the world after that. She had nothing good to do. So she and her husband were running the restaurant. She joined my numerology course. That is how we met. She learned how to do the pricing. And you won't believe she increased the price of all her products. The roti or something that she was selling for 49, she made it 54. Because the number after 5 will tell you whether the product is expensive or not. Generally, all the restaurant people, specifically small restaurants, they have a habit of writing cheaper items first and expensive later on. I told her reverse it. Let the expensive items, the most expensive items, go on the top. She did the changes. She designed a new menu. One of my cousin, Dharmesh, he helped him to design the menu, the colors, the pricing as per numerology. And she said, Guruji, you are magic. Online orders, when all the restaurants are closed, have started flowing in. We don't have any staff because we have removed everyone from this price list. They just distributed the price list. Somehow they managed to get a cook. First, she was cooking, her husband was cooking. Delivery started. After the delivery, the restaurant started, and now the restaurant is doing so good that she doesn't have time to do any other courses with me.
Right.
So, this looks like magic. This sounds like magic, but it is only understanding human mind and what will influence human mind. All the prices, there was not a single price which she reduced. All the prices were increased, and clients were increased, profits were increased, work was increased, fame was increased, everything was increased. So, this is the power of numerology,
And
that it works on the human mind, yours and others. That is Vidya numerology.
as you were talking, Guruji, earlier, and you've also answered the question before I could bring it up, but I am going to bring it up. So HT, it said, is writing in English number also a yantra. And Benita asked, we work online now most of the time. So we use English numbers. Will they have the same impact? In fact, Guruji, you've just answered that because her menu, Namrata's menu, is in English. The numbers are in English, correct?
Yeah. And if you see the Devanagari language, the Devanagari alphabets and numerics, they are same as the English, because English language has been born, has been arrived. All European languages have been arrived from Sanskrit, which was originally Egyptian language. Still, the German language has more Sanskrit in it than Hindi has it.
Right. Can you just elaborate a little bit more on this? Because just a little earlier you said the number after five will decide for the person whether something is expensive or not. And she took it from 49 to 54. So 49, there's no five in 49. So if you'll just little elaborate on that.
Let us do one exercise.
Yes.
I'm writing a number. You see a product in a mall. This pen has stopped working. You see a product in a mall, in one shop, and you are buying 50 things together. You are gone with your wife, so you will be buying at least 50 things. And you see the price of the product at one place is this,
61. Okay.
and one place is this.
59. Okay.
You are sure to pick up the one which is having 61, because 6 and 5 both are pointing towards their right side, both are pointing to 1 and 9. So in your head, you will feel your message, the numbers will send a message to your mind that number 9 is higher than number 1. So you will go for the product which is of 61 and not for 59. Because in choosing between 50 things, if I say 61 and 59, immediately you will know that 59 is higher. Though 59 is lower logically. But our mind works where it is pointed. So 5 is also pointing towards 9 and 6 is also pointing towards 1. So your vision will be towards the right, the amount on the right side.
Right. Okay. So
For example, there's
where
one
it's
more
pointing.
example I will give you.
Yes.
If your course is worth 1 lakh rupees and you want to sell it of all, you will keep the price as 99,999 rupees. Any amount ending with 9 will make sure that the product is sold out. But if you are not caring for the masses, and if you are caring for the classes, and if you want the customer to come again, you will raise the price to 1 lakh 1 rupees. When we give donation, when we give gifts, we don't give 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees. We give 15,001 rupee, 1,001 rupee, 101 rupees. That the relation has to continue. One will make sure that the client keeps coming back to you. But if you want to increase the price, you will say 1,99,995 rupees. If there is a course of 1 lakh rupees, 1,99,995 rupees will create an effect on the mind of the customer to come and buy the course. But 1,99,099 rupees will not let him take the course. But 99,999 rupees, but just by reducing 1 rupee, you can increase your customers by 30% more. You can increase your sales by 30% more.
So it's all about
This
where the second
is
last number is pointing.
no, it's not now, it's not about pointing.
Okay.
Now it's about how the numbers are ending, how the price is ending, how the prices are ending.
Okay.
If the prices are ending by 1, 9, or 5, the last amount is also important. Where the amount is pointing is also important. Like, for example, this cup was for 1000 rupees and now it is only for 999 rupees. You will not buy it. If 999 is written above 1000, because all the nines are pointing now, and down you are seeing all zeros below the 9. So you are believing that no, it's not a great discount.
Right.
But if that same thing, 1 is written above and 999 is written below, then you will buy it just for 1 rupee discount. Why? Because the placement of the figures is also important. The last figure is also important. And the figures where they are pointing, that is also important.
Oh. So Seema's asked Guruji, if it is a two-digit number, then where the last number points is what matters.
No, both the numbers. In the complete amount, wherever, whichever number is pointing. Like, for example, if you have a product of 12 rupees, two digits she has spoken about. So 2 is pointing towards the
One.
1. So you will feel this price is less. But at the same time, if it is 72 rupees, you will feel that the price is high. That time you have to turn the amount into 73. 72 rupees and 73 rupees. You will feel 73 is lesser. Your mind will give you a message that 73 is lesser. So when you are playing with two-digit numbers, let your 72s turn into 73. Let your 42 turn into 43. Let your 52 turn into 53. At the same time, you have to also be careful about the first number. If the price is 59, the person will be looking at the right. 5 is pointing towards the 9. You make it 54 or you make it 61. Even if you make it 61, 61 will be looking lesser than 59. If you don't wish to reduce your 59, or if you have a tightrope situation with your costing that you can't bring 59 down, then you make it 61, 62, 63. Not 63, because again 3 is pointing towards the 6. Make it 61. People will be willing to pay 61 but not 59.